Anyways, that's all I've been doing. So, Gerald, what you doing?
A couple things this week. Obviously, if you're a true-blooded American, you watched the debate on Monday.
84 million people watched it.
Oh, didn't beat the 100? Didn't beat Super
No,
Bowl?
well, that's. I think they only did because so many people watch it on like Twitter and Facebook and stuff like that. I think that was just like
Network.
the network broadcasting, but it was on like every channel.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Nickelodeon, for God's sakes, probably had it covered.
Well, we were visiting my sister-in-law in the hospital, and of course we were watching it, and like every single TV had it on. So we don't want to get too political. It was interesting. I'll say that,
Of course it was. I'll
As
interrupt
this
you.
whole
Wrong. We should do that to the whole podcast. Did you hear about like the I forget what Howard Dean? Blah! He came out and wrote a tweet where he's like, I think he's on cocaine. It's like, why are you doing that? Like, you're a doctor. Like, don't. Anyways.
He's a winner. He doesn't need cocaine.
Exactly.
He's a winner.
And then like they asked him about it. He's like, well, he's very manic and he has he's very grandiose. I'm just like, come on, man. Anyways, but I was telling Jordan earlier, I was like, it's gonna be hard for like the next 4 years to like be interesting compared to this. Like, be like, ooh, this big like controversy. It's like there's no way to top what's going on now. It's
every 4 years, it's gotta the train wreck's gotta get crazier and crazier. I don't honestly how you can
Hunger
get crazier
Games.
than
I
this.
assume that's what's going to happen in a few
That would be
years.
awesome.
It'll be just like, here's your bow.
In Trump's America, we have Hunger
Running
Games for
Man.
president. Yeah. No, but I think the next one's vice presidential debate.
Yeah,
It's going to be two
Who are they?
computers debating against each other. The two cookie cutter people,
IBM
right?
versus it should be fun. It's no Palin. Remember when Palin and she came out? She's like, it's okay if I call you Joe. And then later on, she's like, say it ain't so, Joe. It's like it's like you can't be that on the nose with it. But
Yeah.
She was, yeah.
Anyways,
I don't want to get.
But anyway, like I said, we don't want to get too much into it. But yeah, saw that.
I was surprised how many people, tuned. I guess I'm not surprised, but
I'm not
I was
surprised.
surprised by. I mean, it is the most. It was the most watched political thing ever. Like
because it's got.
It's not surprising though, because it's just every single time this happens every 4 years, the technology gets better and it's just out there more. And yeah, I mean, it's on every single platform now.
But still, that people
YouTube,
actually
Twitter,
watch
all
it.
that stuff.
But I thought it
Facebook.
was funny. Like the NFL, this was their lowest Monday Night Football in like 25 years, like for ratings, because it was on.
who even played that night?
Exactly, Atlanta Falcons and the Saints. New Orleans
I forgot
Saints.
all about that.
Yeah, which was like a big deal because that was like the last time they played at the not the last time they played, but it was like a big deal the last time they played on Monday night was that block punt. Like it was right after Katrina and like so they were trying to promote it, but it's like, dude, come on.
Why did they even do
unless
it?
you're
Why
lighting
didn't they
people
just do it
on-
on Tuesday or something? Like,
They should have, but they had their lowest ratings in like 25
course,
years, and I don't think they could be mad. I mean,
no,
it's like,
well, what are we gonna do? Compete with
well,
that?
it's also just like it's the NFL. Like you're the last person to complain about ratings and money.
Right,
You know what I mean?
It's a game, people. It's a game that makes it so I beat David.
in week 3, so who cares? Yeah. Other than that, I had an argument this week with a friend.
Okay.
And I need to pick your guys' brain. So this is going to be what constitutes a movie spoiler. Do you constitute casting as a spoiler?
people who are being casted in a movie.
No, not at all.
Well,
so, okay. Here's a hypothetical situation. So we all saw Independence Day, right? Mm-hmm. We know. Let's say
The first one.
Yeah, the first one.
Yeah.
Let's say Jeff Goldblum died in the first one. Right.
Okay.
If you saw that he was cast in the second one, but they didn't say, "Hey, Jeff Goldblum's in this movie." If you looked at an IMDb page, boom, Jeff Goldblum. Would that be a spoiler?
yes.
I agree.
I think it's a spoiler just to the extent that it's like, but I mean, they could do it like it could be a flashback where he's, like I think like the young Tony Stark.
Where they do
and
Cass
Civil-
Harrison
still, you
Ford
wouldn't
in
wanna
the
know
second
that.
Star Wars.
Huh?
Where they do Cass Harrison Ford in the second Star Wars.
No, I'm not going to say what it is. It's not that then.
I'm just saying, nah. I mean, because it could be a flashback. It could be like,
But still.
like what they did in the Avengers with Robert Downey Jr.'s
That's what I'm saying,
face,
yeah.
where they like computer animate it,
Where
and
it's younger.
a background story. I don't think it's that big a spoiler.
I think it comes down to what it is for me with spoilers is like it depends on how much you like the movie. That's really like Independence Day. Not so I don't really care about it. So if someone tells
How
me something,
dare you call yourself American? Take that shirt off.
but the movie, not the holiday, big time on Independence Day. Love fireworks and hot dogs. But I'm saying if it's and in the context of this, it was about Star Wars. So obviously, and the person that we were talking about to it knows the fandom that we have for it. So it's like,
And Star Wars is one of those things where, especially with these new movies coming out, I try to avoid as much as possible. I like reading like behind the scenes movie stuff as movies are coming out and stuff. And I've been spoiled in the past. Like I knew So for example, Nick Fury wasn't dead in that Winter Soldier movie because I knew he had like 4 more movies left on his contract. Like I read about that kind of stuff, but Star Wars stuff I avoid as much as possible with that behind the scenes stuff.
My point is it's a spoiler if it's not coming directly from the people that are in charge of making the movie, promoting the movie. Then it's inevitably it is a spoiler. It is not something that they have actively chosen to divulge.
Right.
And then that should be the objective basis.
But what if they're gonna divulge it in a trailer? You just heard
then
about
I'll wait for that.
But you just heard about it 2 months before. What does it really matter? You're surprised now instead of surprised later. Who cares?
Yeah, but it's not the same effect. Like if I tell you what this magic trick is, I pull this out of a hat, you know what's going to happen. But if I don't tell you and I just do it, there's clearly a different amount of excitement and
that
surprise.
was my argument too. It's like it doesn't matter if that whoever's going to be in the movie or not, like the casting choice. Like I want to be surprised regardless of how they put it on the screen.
Right. There's different levels of surprise.
If I know that person is going to be in the movie, then the whole time I'm just like, when is he going to come out, kind of thing, and the surprise is gone.
Right. But at the end of the day, it's a movie. It's not the movie, but again, you're with me on this, right? I'm with you on it to the extent that I just respect my wishes, right? If I don't want to know about it, don't talk to me about it.
Yeah.
And like, if I'm upset at you, just realize it and don't do it anymore. Like, be a friend. I don't know.
We were just going back and forth. Like, it's a spoiler. He's like, how is it a spoiler? I'm like, dude, it's a spoiler. Like,
yeah. I mean,
I think you guys take a little spoilers far. You'll be like, this movie came out in 1992, and you'll be like, don't spoil it. It's like,
that's not
come
fair.
on,
that's
man. That's
different
been like
context.
25 years.
That's different, too.
I don't think it's that different. I'm saying, since this one hasn't come out, I can understand why it's a spoiler, but I think you guys do take it a little far sometimes.
In the context of this podcast, the reason why I say that is sometimes when I hear other people talking about something that I haven't enjoyed, I'm like, ooh, you talked about it enough that I want to go enjoy it myself. That it's something I didn't think of or something I thought about.
And that's why when we're doing these reviews, Jordan, like the top 100, these movies that come out, a long time ago, we still do the spoiler bit because people are watching these movies with us who haven't seen them as well. So
clearly, you aren't.
I watched it. I watched.
Anyways,
you watched this week's. Yeah, so I'm glad you're with me, Jordan. It seems like you're on the fence.
Like I said, I think
I don't have the love for entertainment that you guys have, so it's just like I don't really care.
Just tell me so I don't have to go see it.
It's kind of like those people who like don't want to know what the baby's sex is before, like. They're like, I want to be surprised. I'm like, guess what? It's a surprise when you find out at the ultrasound. It's exciting, and and then you can prepare. Well, I don't see.
I wouldn't
the
equate
difference.
having a child with watching a trailer to a movie or who's being cast.
You're
in
right.
a movie.
Star Wars is much more important.
Exactly.
Let's say thank you.
Good point.
No, I like I said, I think it for me. I don't. Sometimes I don't like to watch trailers just because sometimes I think trailers can tell too much. There's plenty of movies that have done that, or they hype the movie in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
But for me, it's just let the movie studio, let the people that are in charge of the production, the direction of that, to tell me instead of people who get leaks because they're working as a grip on the film and they tell their friend who gets on the internet and blogs about it. That's what I don't appreciate. And that's hard. Nowadays, that's super hard. Like they talked about with Game of Thrones, they like break people's phones and stuff like that. Like they hire people to like just watch other people to try to not let stuff leak. You know what I mean? So it's hard to have a surprise nowadays. It's actually, I think, makes it more important that people don't spoil stuff.
Yeah, and you see like in behind the scenes of like Star Wars we're talking about, they have plasters everywhere says like loose lips sink starships, because like it's like don't tell people this kind of stuff. Come on now, like. But then you see stuff like what happened at Comic-Con when there was a spoiler that was leaked out about Rogue One, and you haven't seen it. I unfortunately saw it, and that was one of his arguments too. It's like that was official. I'm like, yeah, but I'm sure Kathleen Kennedy didn't say, hey, can you
again, I think it's because of the
just an accident kind of thing.
The ability, especially of how the production value of all these movies have gotten. You have to hire thousands and thousands of people. Like to keep everybody quiet is incredibly difficult. Yeah. Plus, guess what? If I was on a Star Wars set, you all in this podcast would know everything I knew because I would tell you.
I wouldn't want to know, David.
No, but I would be dying to tell you. You know what I mean? Like I would be like, oh
holding
my gosh.
you down.
Yeah,
you must know what I know.
Exactly.
What do you think about Mark Hamill though? Because he was in the the trailer of the movie, and you thought he was going to be in the movie, and he was really like not in the movie.
But that's fine. Again,
I don't think he thought he was going to be in the movie more.
I thought that he was.
He's like,
we thought that, but I don't think Mark Hamill like projected out there that he was going to be in the movie.
No, I'm not
more
saying
than
he did. I'm saying that the trailer portrayed Luke Skywalker
the
being
hand.
in it, and I thought Luke Skywalker was going to be more in it than the trailer, and I feel like he was in it at the exact same amount of time in the trailer and the movie.
You're right.
You know what I mean? So that was kind of a. I mean, was that a spoiler that they said Mark Hamill was going to be there?
No.
No,
I
because
mean, they played his entire part. I think
pretty true.
And there was a lot of that movie where I'm like, where's Luke Skywalker?
Yeah,
Here he comes. Oh.
Yeah, but I think it also puts it to rest at the very beginning because it's like we're looking for him. So it's like the entire plot is about where the hell is he, and then of course But again, it's just I think it just comes down to. For me, I don't look for that stuff, so I don't want other people to provide it to me other than the appropriate channels that do that. And that's just whether it's a spoiler or not is obviously subjective, but for me, that's my definition.
On the other side of that coin, you get the leaked Deadpool footage that made Deadpool possible, right? The leaked footage.
And that's the problem is like, and then the viral marketing of like the leaked stuff. And that's the problem where it's like, I don't appreciate that.
But if studios
either.
do it right, they're not going to leak important spoiler stuff. There's nothing spoilery about that Deadpool scene. It was just selling the CG of it.
Right. The movie studios, I think, are getting smarter at it because it seems like more and more of these gigantic AAA, tentpole movies, they're actually filming shots just for the trailer. Like there's stuff that's in trailers that you don't see at all in any of the movies, which is genius. Like it's so smart because it's like people want spoilers, right? Or they want to get as close as they can to a spoiler without it being a spoiler. That's
exactly, yeah. When you see, if any piece of Star Wars trailer that comes out, we're in love,
right? Like I think like Meet Joe Black, they had the trailer to Episode 1, and that movie made a ton of money just because people were in it for the trailer, and then left, right? And so like people are actively seeking that stuff out, and they want that. So you have to feed that monster. But do it in a way that doesn't spoil and you get double surprised, right? That's what you need to do to your fans. Like, yes, it costs a lot more money, but again, Disney they got that money machine.
Yeah, they're
fired
just trying to get out.
But I do agree. Out of like all the studios out there, I think Disney and that counts Lucasfilm and Marvel do it. All the trailers and stuff. I don't feel like any of the stuff they put out really spoils any of their.
Yeah, but they also benefit from the fact that they have like commodities that are known, right?
Yeah,
they're not creating new characters other than I mean Guardians of the Galaxy. But
I didn't really know about them.
But my point is like they just have to show the shield of Captain America, and it's like, oh, you see it? I know that thing. Like or show a lightsaber, or make even just a lightsaber sound. Everyone knows what that is. That's why it's all cooked in. Like if you have a new product, you have to kind of get people excited.
Well, I mean, I don't agree with that, David, because we've seen
oh god,
Batman vs
here
Superman
it comes
in that trailer, and we know those are very recognizable characters, and they showed off way too much.
And that's my point. Is that
that's just building hype, and they just did it wrong.
Right. Anything else?
I played a new video game that came out, but we can talk about that later. And a new cool news story that we can talk about after yours, David. What you doing?
This week was kind of a up and down week. So my week started out. I had to go to the dentist this week. First of all, I hate the dentist.